Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel My Intuition. Myself Dr. Prasad Putilam. I'm on the lecture series or presentation series on NAAC, the striving for excellence, the power of NAAC criteria, the introduction and criteria 1 2-part explanation already completed. Now I am on to criteria 2, that is teaching, learning and evaluation. In NAAC, that is National Assessment and Accreditation Council, the teaching, learning and evaluation, this component plays a crucial role in assessing the quality of education institutions. The criteria 2, it emphasizes the effective planning, the implementation and the management of the curriculum, including the adherence to the academic calendars, participation in curriculum development activities, representation in academic bodies of the affiliating university. Criteria 2 also highlights the institutions, the individual faculty's effort to enhance the teaching learning process through various student-centric methods such as experimental learning, participative learning, problem-solving methodologies, and innovative teaching techniques. There are many defined innovative teaching techniques. Other than that, based on the subject, based on the situation, the faculty can innovate new methods so that the students will be actively involved. Student-centric methods are used to execute the curriculum to meet the course outcome, matching to the program outcome, then matching to the program specific outcomes, then matching to the vision and mission of the institution. Criteria 2 also involves the integration of cross-cutting issues like ethics, then gender issues, human values, environment and sustainability into the curriculum. So let us see one by one some points. Student enrollment profile. This is what we call the admission. How much? What is the amount of students the institution can admit? How many students got admitted, and the different categories of students based on that. Those details. That is just collecting that information from the admission office. Collect it and fill it. Nothing else to do. That is common for institution. There is no department wise separation. It will be there in the main office. You can collect it and document it. Second point, that is 2.2, catering to the student diversity. The institution assesses the learning levels of students after admission and organizes the special programs for advanced learners and slow learners. So clearly the NAAC defines slow learners, advanced learners. That means we need to identify such slow and advanced learners. For that purpose, we need to do some possible pre-admission assessment. That means during the process of admission itself, the institution can or need to conduct a pre-admission assessment to evaluate the academic knowledge or the skills or the aptitude perspective of the students, and why the candidate choose a particular field of study, why they are interested towards that, what is their views regarding that particular course or the program that they chosen, what are the other professional goals that they have, their key interest in other co-curricular activities, maybe in cultural activities, sports activities, other club activities which they are already involved. All these details we need to collect. It will be very much useful for us to further go ahead with meeting their demands. Then diagnostic demand, in the sense to meet the program specific outcome as well as the vision mission of the institution only. Then diagnostic tests can be conducted. Diagnostic test means during the initial days, once the admission process completed, class starts, we need to, the subject handling faculties will go to the classes. They need to do some small test based on how they are ready to face this particular subject. Based on that only they need to plan their curriculum, their plan of covering or executing the syllabus, the course outcomes. Okay, so the faculty, they need to prepare some questionnaire based on the prerequisites of the subjects to be taught in the very first semester itself. So these tests can help the students to analyze their levels of education, whether they are slow for the particular subject, whether they are slow learner. Faculty can also guess what is the nature of the student, how it had to tackle a different strategy has to be planned for such different type of categories of students. Streaming batches. Now, when we say category, some subjects, some students will be brilliant. Some other subject, he may become a slow learner. So it's not that slow learner means he is always a slow learner only. It depends upon the subjects that they are studying. Now streaming batches. Streaming batches based on the test, that diagnostics test which is conducted. The group of students can be batch wise, can be set into according to their learning levels. It may be done by a faculty itself in the class itself, analyzing that these are the slow learners, these are the fast learners, so that they can plan something accordingly in the class itself. Or in the beginning itself, if a group of students are there which are slow learners and other group of students are brighter or even fast learners, they can separate them, separate classes, because one can understand a topic in a very fast way, other cannot understand. So if faculty explains or involved with the slow learners, the fast learners will not be engaged. Or if you are engaging a fast learners, the slow learners can't understand anything. So these are the possibilities that an institution has to tackle by conducting such discussions with the senior faculties and with the parents or what management. So for a weaker section, focus of the classes should be on delivering the course outcome, so that they will achieve the required program outcome and the program specific outcomes attainment, what you are telling. Otherwise they cannot attain there. We need to force them. We have to will be confused why such a difference is coming. Some students are achieving it, some students are not achieving, but each and every student should achieve that whatever specified course outcome in the syllabus, the student has to achieve, and it achieves, then automatically it achieves the program outcomes and their respective program specific outcomes. So each head of the department of the different programs, with along with their senior faculty, they should cross check, they should analyze what is the CO, PO, PSO mapping done for a particular subject of their students, whether mapping is done properly. If not done, they have to guide the faculty to plan it accordingly. They need to conduct such training classes for those faculty who need further improvement in that, because fresh faculty coming to an institution, for them they may not be even listen to this course outcome only. Then they may not be knowing what is a program specific outcome. Program specific outcome is the department specific. Okay, that department, the seniors, they are deciding what their program specific outcome should be based on the vision and mission of the institution. So such faculty training classes are very much important to understand what is this concept of COs, POs and PSOs, and even they have to be guided or helped what are the different innovative teaching methods that can be used. Otherwise they will be using the old style of teaching, because they are sitting a class, they sat a class earlier in which the old teacher or the earlier style of teaching was there, so they know only that style of teaching. They are not aware of a new method, they don't know that such methods can be used. So old style of teaching, we know, even earlier time it was only chalkboard was there. Then even the PowerPoint, such facilities came. That time also the people were reluctant to use such PowerPoint presentation methods or video showing method, using the TV channel or this computer media, using that, showing the videos, animations. They were reluctant to that. Now when new methods came, even the NAAC, the UGC, AICT, they are only pressurizing, they are only guiding the faculty to use the innovative methods to meet the required demands of learning objectives from the students. Faculties are still reluctant, so they need the guidance. They don't know how to use it. That is the main issue. It's not that they are reluctant as such. They never come across such situation. They need to be trained for that. They need to use it once, try it once, then they will get, because they have the experience, so they can do it. Fresh faculties need training on mainly on the program specific program outcomes as well as course outcomes what are given, and how to plan based on each module wise, subject wise, module wise, how it can be planned, that such training has to be given. Then advanced learners program, advanced learners they can analyze that syllabus, they can learn by themselves. So for them, what we need to do, we need to organize some additional subjects, additional topics that which is very much useful for them to connect it to the next year or towards their practical applications. Towards the research opportunities, challenging coursework we need to prepare. So it will foster, support them towards their academic growth. So we need to use such students even as a peer learner to assist the slow learners also. Then remedial programs. Develop remedial programs for slow learners to provide additional support and personalized attention. These programs can include the tutoring or mentoring, skill building workshop, and other academic performances. And again, I said faculty development, it is very much necessary so that the teachers will be equipped to teach using the effective strategies for catering the diverse learning levels in the classrooms. Peer mentoring is another method where advanced learners can support the slow learners, creating a collaborative learning environment and fostering mutual growth, a discussion in the class with the advanced learners, with the slow learners. The discussion will make the students, sometimes the students will learn when same age category people will explain in their own way, so they can understand that. So such peer mentoring method can also be used. Feedback mechanism, each and every method when we follow, when we use, before and after we have to collect the feedback, then we have to analyze it. That mechanism always support and can be documented under this particular point. Encouraging extracurricular activities, encourage both the advanced learners or slow learners to participate maximum in other extracurricular activities which will make them align with their interest and talents, and these activities can contribute to their overall growth and development. Okay, so student full-time teacher ratio, this is again a quantitative analysis, whatever available data, number of teachers and number of students, that ratio it can be documented there. Percentage of differently abled students on roll. Then 2.3.1, student-centric methods such as experimental learning, participative learning, and problem-solving methodologies are used for enhancing learning experience. So clearly mentioned what are the methods which need to be used. Okay, so experimental learning, in general, to document experimental learning, the practical hands-on experiences to the students through the workshops, laboratory sessions or internships, the field visits and industrial training can be documented, or document the number of such opportunities which are provided to the industries or organizations involved, and the learning outcomes achieved. Every subject handling faculty, they can identify at least 1 or 2 topics of the subject and make the students to have hands-on experience for that. Now, how to do that hands-on experiences? There are so many available methods in the YouTube channel. They can search those topics which are available in YouTube channel, where we can make it as a hands-on experience with very less cost or without any cost, using some of the online tools. They can make it to work. Then participative learning, encourage the active participation of students in learning through the group discussions, through debates, then presentations, some peer-to-peer learning methods. These can be recorded and it can be documented. We can collect even the feedback of such activities, which indicates, which makes a document that such participative learning is conducted. Or even every subject handling faculty, they can do such activities at the end of a module to understand, to have a discussion on the topics which are covered. So it becomes a discussion learning. Or to have a peer-to-peer learning methods. If any of the topic is not understood, they can use this peer-to-peer learning method also. Problem solving method also, methodologies. Problem solving exercises and such the case studies into the adding to the curriculum to promote critical thinking and analytical skills. So documenting this type of problem solving methodologies using the complexity of problem presented, what are the topics given for such discussions, and the students' outcome in solving how they solved it, how fast they solved it. These can be documented under problem solving methodologies. Then comes project-based learning. Project-based learning, implement project-based learning methodologies to the regular class hours, where the students work on real-world projects. They do some small research. They use or community initiatives they use. Document the nature of the project which are given, or the objectives which are given, the impact of project on students' skill development, and how the students understood that project. This can be documented. Or every faculty can identify some of the projects which are already completed by previous year students, the final year projects, which they can be shown to the present students. They can connect it to the topics which are used with the subject topics which are they already used in the project. That can be shown and explained, and even they can ask the students to do a small modification based on their information, their knowledge on that, or the idea on that, or the teacher only can suggest that these are the possible changes that can be done. So that will becomes a project-based learning sessions. Flipped classroom approach. So very much useful for the slow learners mainly, but time consuming because the actual meaning of a flipped classroom approach, that a teacher has to supply the study material in advance, whether it may be a video class or a well prepared class note. The the students need to prepare and come to the class, and in the class a discussion has to be happen. Student has to raise so many doubts regarding that topic if they didn't understand. Faculty need to go near to them and explain what are the topics present, or what is that meaning of that. That comes under a flipped classroom. Or what can be done, a well prepared study note can be given to the students. They can bring it the class. A teacher can give some time for the students to read it out and understand, try to understand what it is there, and ask questions and clarify the doubts then and there itself. That also can be treated as a flipped classroom discussion approach. Then innovative teaching techniques, encourage the faculty members to explore and adopt the innovative teaching techniques such as gamification, simulations, then multimedia presentations, online learning platforms, or the teacher only can introduce new methods which suits them, which suits the students as well as for the particular subject to execute that. Okay, so there are so many methods that they can they only can prepare, because they are innovators. Teachers are also innovators. They need to innovate new methods. They need to document it. Learning analytics are the next topic for discussion. Utilize the learning analytics tools to track students' progress, identify their learning pattern, provide the personalized learning recommendations, document the use of learning analytics and how it was improved students' learning experiments. Then collect the feedback, student feedback, analyze it and document it. And even whatever the new methods that you are used, which you never used before, you publish it as a best practice from your side, or if it is working, students are happy with that, good feedback is given, show it as a success story and publish it in the newsletters, your institution newsletters, or the magazines or websites or academic journals. These methods, it can be presented as your work, as your innovative research work. You can document it, that ups and downs, pros and cons, you can point it out and you can publish it. So it is also very much important to instruct. Okay, we are using all these different methods, but these methods are very new to, maybe new to a student who coming from when I talk to an engineering discipline, when they come to from the +1 +2 school standard, when they come to engineering standard, suddenly this type of methods may be very new to them. So we have to teach the students, we have to instruct the students that these are the methods that we are using and these are the benefits of that. You have to actively involve in that, or else the students may feel that faculty is not handling classes, or he is not doing his duty. Even the senior faculties or the head of the institution, they are the most effective people who can go to the class and explain about the innovative teaching methods which are used, like this technique which are used. They can explain about that, their importance they can explain in the class, so that the teachers can go and execute this type of works. Then 2.3.2, percentage of teachers using ICT for effective teaching and with the learning management systems, e-learning resources, etc. ICT, that is innovation and communication technology, ICT. Okay, it plays a very crucial role in enhancing the teaching and learning experience. Whenever we say about ICT, the only two first terms comes to our mind, that is projector and TV, which can be used as an ICT. But there are so many other tools like digital logic trainers, microcontrollers. Digital logic trainers, it provides a platform for a student to learn the digital logic circuits, programming through hands-on experimentation by simulating the real-world scenarios, and help the students understand the behavior of the components, the digital component. Then microcontrollers and development boards, which are like Arduino boards, Raspberry Pi, which are the way which offers a practical way for the students to learn about the programming, about the electronics concepts, the Internet of Things, IoTs, the applications. Even students can also do small projects or do some prototypes using these platforms. Then the oscilloscopes and function generators, which allows the students to visualize and analyze the electronic signals, which are very crucial for the labs and experiments in electronics communication engineering field, that can also be made use of to other branch students also. CAD software and workstations are very essential for engineering design courses. Students can create 2D or 3D models. They can simulate the designs and perform analysis using these tools. Simulators and virtual labs, they replicate the real world experiments in digital environment, which are particularly useful for subjects like circuits, control systems and mechanical engineering. Robotics kits, which enables the students to learn about robotics, automation, and the students can build and program to perform various tasks, which enhances their practical skills and understanding of the principles of robotics. Then engineering softwares like MATLAB or AutoCAD, which are which are used in engineering disciplines, which helps the students to perform simulations, modeling, analysis, and the designing tasks. Electronic kits like the resistors or capacitors, transistors, sensors, which allows the students to create and test the electronic circuits, and also encourage the hands-on learning and experimentation. Then the circuit design softwares, which allows the students to design and simulate electronic circuits, visualize the circuit behavior before implementation. VR and AR tools, virtual reality and augmented reality, used to do for the immersive learning experience, like architectural visualization, prototyping visualization, simulation based training can be done. Then there are many engineering app which gives engineering topics for a quick reference. Some calculator or interactive learning resources for students can document as the ICT tools which you can use. Also the usage of a learning management system. Faculty can provide the information on how many of them are used in your institution, to manage the courses, to upload the course material, sharing the resources, to interact with the students online. Then video conferencing tools like the Zoom meeting or Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, remote lecturers, or the all other sections, all those categories can be documented. Online collaboration tools like Microsoft OneDrive or Google Drive or the Dropbox, it can be documented. Usage of these items can also be documented. Then usage of virtual lab simulation laboratory environments, such as which is very much useful for physics or chemistry subjects, even engineering subjects, like some simulation online virtual labs can be used. Then online assessment platform like Kahoot or Quizzes, which are very much useful. We are using it, and that also can be documented. Then the online course content creation tools like Canva can be used for the same purpose. Then open education resources like the Coursera or Khan Academy, NPTEL. Okay, NPTEL, how I forgot. So these are also can be documented under ICT tool usage. Programming environments like Python, Java, these coding softwares can also be documented as a tool under ICT. The 3D printing tools or design softwares, if you have we are using, it can be documented, or any students project which they made, it can be used to demonstrate some of the visualization methods. Then interactive whiteboards, if it is there, it can be used. Podcast and webinars can be documented. Online coding platform can be documented. Online journals and database can also be documented, like libraries having IEEE Explore purchase, or their Elsevier Science Director, if it is there in library, you can use. Then e-library, electronic library like e-books, research papers, reference material which are available. Department wise, you can have regular libraries there. They can have a e-library also to meet the supporting documents of the subjects of the department. Then online discussion forums can be documented. Education apps can be documented. Students can be told to do a project on preparing such educational apps, so it become a project for them, as well as it become a tool for you, ICT tool. Gamification platform like Kahoot, where I feel like gaming, but along with that we are learning also. Then social media platform like Twitter, LinkedIn or Instagram, where we are getting news which are related to the subject. It can be given to the students, it can be connected, the link can be given to the students, also can be documented under the ICT tools. So these tools can be used, and each faculty can provide the details of such ICT they are using, and this will help in documenting part of how effectively the teachers are using to communicate with the students to make it a effective teachers learning platform. Then how to 2.3.3 it ratio of students to mentor or for academic and stress related issues, that is again document quantitative analysis. Last one, innovation and creativity in teaching learning. NAAC usually it emphasizes the importance of adopting such student-centric and innovative teaching methods. So once again the same point came here, innovation and creativity of the faculty in teaching and learning. Okay, so the teacher has to do some innovation in their teaching method so that the students can learn. So such innovation and creativity in learning can vary. It depends upon subjects. It will vary. Commonly, if I say, then may not be applicable to all. So subject wise, if I say the science subjects like biology or chemistry or physics, they can conduct interactive experiments and demonstration to make complex concepts more understandable. They can use virtual labs or the simulation to allow the students to explore scientific phenomena in the risk-free environment, or they can do their the experiment which are there in the theory, but in the lab part it is not. They can do it, they can record it, video record it, and they can show it to students, or they can call the students to lab and can do a demonstration experiment based on that. That can be done. In case of mathematics subjects, the gamification techniques tools can be used, in which the students feel like they are playing game, but they are solving the issue, problem and reaching to the next level. So that can be done. Encouraging the students to solve the real life problems using the mathematical principle is also another method which a maths teacher can do. Then they can integrate the technologies to visualize the complex mathematical concept. There are so many software, so many online platforms where they can visualize the mathematical concept that they are explaining. The students, they can visualize, the students can also visualize what it is. Then language teachers, whether it may be local language or the English, they can teacher can organize some literary fest, small competitions. They can conduct some poem writing or poem competition or story writing competition based on whatever the language they know. Based on that, you can correct it, so students will be more engaged to that. They will try to seek the new words which is needed to express their feeling. So that way they will improve their, and the way they want to express their creativity, then they will try to ask doubts, or they will be involved in that to execute such activities. Then engineering and technology, engineering students, they can do a lot of real world project related to the engineering technology. Every day they come, they can discuss about the new issues that they are facing, their subordinate, their friends are facing. They can try to have a discussion on that based on the innovation and design thinking concept. Design thinking concept they can use every day. They can discuss with using the empathizing, defining, ideate, prototype. These methods they can follow every day, and they can one or the other day they can every day they can find out a solution for a problem. They can express it, they can record it online, and they can publish it in their social media, so that they are highlighting their talents, their ability to analyze that they are highlighting. That can also be documented by a faculty. Then business management studies, that MBA or related courses, they can provide hands-on experience in decision making, problem solving, organize guest lecturers with industry experts. They engage students in business plan competitions. can also be a very much useful under 2.3.4 to document. So these are the just a few examples of how faculty can bring innovation and creativity into their teaching in various subjects. So the key is to tailor the methods to suit the subject matter, the learning goal, the interest of the student, ultimately making the learning process more enjoyable and very much impactful for them. So with that, I will conclude this particular session of Criteria 2 Part 1. It was somewhat lengthy video. When I started, light was there, normal light was there. I was sitting near the window. Now it is very dark. I think you are not able to see me. Only my voice is there. My image is not there. I can see that. So I thank you for being supporting to me, to being my subscriber of my YouTube channel, My Intuition. Once again, thank you very much.